Now we're going to look at navigating through the system. So we see here that we're looking at a page in Backstage View, and we're needing to move through the directory structure to go to other pages that we need to access and work on. You often find yourself navigating through the system, say to find images or files or the web pages that you need to access and do things with, link and whatnot like that. So what we can do here is we've got a couple different ways we can enter the directory structure. And one of them is content, tab at the top, and pages. That will always put us in the directory of the page that we were viewing. Another option to do that is to click up here at the top left. You'll have a sort of a directory structure. Looks like a URL, and for the most part, mirrors one, where you've got back to pages, you've got this information here, and you have a file name. This is the file name of this page, index.pcf. And note that we also have the box that says if it's unpublished, if it's published with changes, and if this page was published and hadn't had any save changes to it, this would be simply blank. So I'm going to click back to pages. And that's also going to put me in the same directory view. So to understand the directory structure of the Wichita State website, you can almost think about it in the same terms as you would a home computer. So we've got a home tab up here. And you can think of this as wichita.edu itself, home. This is the uppermost level of the crust, so to speak. And it is very much like a computer in that underneath it are directories in which sit other directories, web page files, and in those sit the same things. And there'll be folders for different file types and whatnot, say documents and videos and PDFs and whatnot. So if I wanted to find the web services team in here, what we would do is, first of all, I know that we are in services. So there's services down there. Note that we have the home tab and now we have a forward arrow services. This is a breadcrumb trail. What this does is it will populate as we continue to go further and further into the directory structure of the Wichita State website. So we've got services. We are the MRC, Media Resources Center, Home Services MRC. We are Web Services, Home Services MRC Web Services. And if I'm looking for the team home, I would look for the index page. And the great majority of web pages on the Wichita State University website, the homepage for any sort of directory or subdirectory is usually given the file name index.pcf automatically by the system upon the page's creation. And index.pcf can be an important thing in the system as it allows a user to use a URL that ends in the directory name, in this case, web services, as opposed to the web page name. If I click that, I am now at the MRC Web Services homepage in Backstage View. And you can see that my view sort of changed. It's now /services/MRC /web services /index.pcf. So this actually relates the URL as well as the directory structure. If you saw the URL for this page, it would be https://wichita.edu /services and so forth, ending instead of PCF in .php. So this will always reflect what the web address of the page is as well. It's not just the directory structure, it is also the URL for the web page. Now, we of course have live pages in the training region, so we want to find those pages. So I'm going to go back out to my search, and I go to home here. And I know that it's in the training folder. And the training folder starts with a underline training. And we'll get into why underlines are used in file names later. But I come in here, and all of the training folders for all the individuals that work in OmniCMS are titled by their MyWSU ID. And as you can see down here in the bottom right of the screen, that's a lot. This scrolling option right here has 100 items in it of 757. And the training folder I want to access in my case is Z123, Z123. And as you can imagine, that's a lot of scrolling, but we don't have to go through all that. Up here toward the right side of the screen, you'll find an item called filter. So you can type several characters in filter or the whole word or what have you, and it will search the list for that specific item. So in this case, in the filter, I'm going to type Z123, and it immediately popped up. No need to scroll through 700 things. And we are in our directory. And if I want to work with my practice landing page, I would click on index. And I'm in my landing page, ready to begin work for the day.